Hi, my name is Mawadah Khalid, and I will be analyzing the site-driven intentions and how they were expressed in two buildings. The first being the Gardiner Museum in downtown Toronto, Ontario by KPMB Architects, and the second being the Danish Maritime Museum by BRK Ingels Group in Helsingør, Denmark. In 1984, the original Gardiner Museum was opened by George and Helen Gardiner to house their collections of European ancient artifacts. In 2003 to 2006, the museum closed to undergo major renovations led by KPMB Architects. The new museum sits among several other historic buildings and highlights each one at different scales through views from the interior spaces, such as close-up views of the historic facades of the adjacent William Massey and Margaret Addison buildings, as well as the third floor's multi-purpose space, which features a terrace and large windows that looks out onto Queen's Park, the University of Toronto, and the downtown skyline. Now I'll be talking about the Danish Maritime Museum by BRK Ingels Group. Pictured here is the site of Hamlet's Castle in Helsingør, Denmark. It recently became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, meaning everything about it had to return to its original state, and as a result, they removed the original Danish Maritime Museum that was inside the castle. However, they still needed a museum on site, but it came with two contradicting demands. UNESCO authorities ordered that nothing could stick out of the ground, as to not interfere with the views of the castle, but the museum requested for an architectural masterpiece that would attract attention and visitors. With this challenging brief, the BRK Ingels Group decided to use the docks frame and turn the museum inside out as an act of preservation. Other architectural elements reminiscent of the site are the anchor chains that serve structural purposes as well as an exhibit. The material palette is also a collision of historical and contemporary buildings on site with heavy textured concrete and light transparent steel and glass. To conclude, when comparing the two buildings in terms of their site-driven intentions, it's clear that the Danish Maritime Museum had more restrictions with the design brief, but overall they were able to design a stunning space that highlighted the site with more than just views out onto the city, but through materials and even the form of the building. Whereas with the Gardiner Museum, it seems as more of a bonus of the expansion rather than the true intention of the building. Thank you.